Accessing file. Subject, Drak. The Drak are a race of aliens who served the Shadows during their war against the Vorlons. When Zahadum was destroyed, the Drak went in search of a new homeworld and to exact revenge on those who had helped defeat their masters. The Drak possess the unique ability to control others through the use of a creature known as a keeper. Once attached, the keeper is able to manipulate its host and can render itself invisible. The keeper can be put to sleep temporarily through consumption of alcohol, but if only part is removed, the remainder can grow back and reassert control. Complete removal of the keeper means certain death for the host. End file. Accessing file. Subject, Book of Jakar. During the past several years on Babylon 5, Jakar had been chronicling his observations and philosophies into a book. The unfinished manuscript was published without Jakar's knowledge, becoming an instant bestseller. Idolized by his fellow Narn as a spiritual leader, Jakar reluctantly agreed to lecture to the pilgrims who traveled to hear his words. With the crowds growing out of hand, however, Jakar knew he could no longer remain on Babylon 5. Since returning home would lead to his message being undermined, Jakar chose rather to travel the universe with Leda Alexander in order to find a greater understanding for their races. End file. Accessing file. Subject, Fall of the Centauri Republic. When brutal raids upon the shipping lanes were discovered to be the work of Centauri forces, numerous races turned their rage toward the Centauri people. In an act of violence not sanctioned by President Sheridan or the Interstellar Alliance, the Drazi, Brakiri, and Narn laid siege to Centauri Prime, bombing the planet from orbit. The onslaught leveled several of the Centauri's major cities and killed hundreds of thousands of civilians. In order to keep the conflict from escalating further, Londo Mollari ordered the Centauri fleet to stand down. With Londo in place as emperor, the Centauri people began the long process of rebuilding their civilization. End file. Accessing file. Subject, Interstellar Alliance. The Interstellar Alliance is a newly formed coalition of races, including the more advanced civilizations, along with the dissolved League of Non-Aligned Worlds. Former Babylon 5 captain John Sheridan serves as the Alliance president, while the Rangers and White Star Fleet are key components in its defense. All races wishing to join the Alliance must strictly adhere to its Declaration of Principles. The main goal of the Interstellar Alliance is to foster peace, understanding, and prosperity throughout the known universe. End file. Accessing file. Subject, Day of the Dead. Day of the Dead is a sacred Brakiri festival held once approximately every 200 years. Lasting for just one night, the festival is intended to honor those who have gone beyond and offers a unique chance to communicate with the dead. Since Day of the Dead can only take place on Brakiri soil, the Brakiri living on Babylon 5 purchased a portion of the station for a 24-hour period. Those living in the Brakiri section reported encounters with dead friends and loved ones. The arrival of the dawn, however, signaled an end to the festival and everything returned to normal. End file.